Hey everyone, so today I'm in Ely, Minnesota, one of my favorite, if not my favorite city in Minnesota. Probably tied with the Duluth area. Grand Marais is my favorite city, but you know, this is a close second too though. So I'm at a place called Dry Lake. It's a hike here. You can do anything from 3 to 9-10 miles out there depending on the trails you take. I'm going to do the 3-mile hike because I'm kind of short for time and have to get back to Duluth. So another thing, I did something yesterday. Let's show you here. I got rid of my Golf R. Since I bought that property in Two Harbors and I got a dirt road and stuff, I decided to get a truck. So I got a 2025 TRD Pro Toyota Tacoma. It's all jacked up and maxed out from the factory, so that should be pretty fun. You know, always got to have a new toy. But yeah, the Golf just wasn't going to work for my dirt road and stuff like that, getting into the property. So had to get something a little bit more rugged, and that's what it's going to be. So anyway, here we go. We're going to do a hike here. I've never been here before, so I'm going to turn on my all trails, and we'll see you guys on the trail. You know, for being in Ely, you know, I'm kind of out in the sticks right now to get to this trail. Look at all these cars. I did not expect that. This is my first time here doing this hike, and I just was really surprised at how many cars are here. When I think of Ely, I don't think of a lot of population. It is a touristy place, but you know, it's a Sunday. A lot of people are going home for the weekend. I just didn't expect this. Doesn't bother me, just surprising. So this is what we're doing. There it is. Looks like there's fishing back here as well. I know there's some falls back here, so we'll check out. We'll get to the falls for sure. I keep hearing water over my right shoulder, and I'm thinking I'm hearing a stream. I just realized it's my water bottle splashing around. So, no water yet, just my water bottle. Okay, where do we go? This is where the loop starts. I'll be coming back that trail we just saw. I just did quite a bit of elevation to get up here, so I'm a little winded. Feels great being out here though. I can understand why all those cars are out there. This is a really beautiful trail I'm on. My wife is at home packing today, and I feel guilty that I'm out here, but she told me to go do this, so I wish she was with me. She would love this hike. I tell you guys how far I've gone, but I just turned my watch on. As usual, I forgot to turn it on when I started. Bugs haven't been too bad, and that's a plus. Yesterday I did a hike in Duluth, and the bugs were pretty bad. At least for the majority of the first part of the hike. They got better towards the about 3/4 in. So there's the first of two lakes we see. Maybe we'll get better views as we go here. That's called Little Dry Lake. And then the other one is called Dry Lake. So that's how this loop goes. It goes around these two lakes and back to the vehicle, the parking lot. little more of the lake right there. Oh, well, you guys can see that. It's really pretty though. This kind of trail, this kind of terrain is your typical northern Minnesota type trail, and I just love it. Lots of pine needles you can see down there. Lots of rock stuff. Up and down. All the great stuff. I love northern Minnesota trails. They are my favorite. I don't know if where I'm at right now is considered Boundary Waters canoe area, but I think it is. And if it's not, I'm right on the border of it. Somebody watching can correct me on that if you know more than I do, but I think this is Boundary Waters I'm in. I feel like I'm getting my butt kicked out here, but in a good way. I'm still going around the dry lake, little dry lake section, and then that peninsula that comes out. Once I get on the other side of that, I'm going to be going this way around it, but once I get on the other side of that, then I'm on just dry lake. That's the second portion of the lake. This is the kind of terrain I've been walking on here for the last 15 minutes or so. Just one rock after another. And in some areas, this isn't even bad where I'm at right now. I just came out of some really crazy stuff. Very, very easy to trip. Fortunately, I did not. Some of you longtime watchers know I tend to fall quite a bit. And that hasn't happened yet on this trail. You guys probably wonder, why does that guy always fall? I'll tell you why I always fall. My left leg, below the knee, kind of between my ankle and knee. I was in a four-wheeler accident when I was 17. And I busted my leg, and it actually shattered, and it was both bones, and it came through my skin. So it was a compound fracture. And I did a lot of nerve damage. And that leg, for some reason, isn't as nimble as the other one. I just have a little bit of an issue with that, and it can throw my balance off. It's full of metal to this day, and that metal will always be in there. I'm 54, so it's been in there since I was 17. And that is why I tend to fall a lot. Now, when I say I fall a lot, it's probably... So far this year, I hike all the time. I've fallen probably twice this summer. Not hard or anything. But that fall those two falls I took towards the end of winter and fall, oh my God, they were bad. That last one, that big one, where I hurt my ribs so bad, I'm really finally getting healed up from that. That was a bad fall. I couldn't, not to be gross guys, but I couldn't sneeze. I could hardly talk. Sitting on, now this is going to be gross, tune away if you don't want to hear this, but sitting on the toilet, oh my God, the pain. Anything, when you hurt your ribs, it's unbelievable how many things are connected and strain your ribs, your rib cage area for just things you never think about if you're not in pain. But once that hurts, any little thing you do, sleeping, everything was so hard. All right, so this is Dry Lake, and we got a much better view of Dry Lake than we did of Little Dry Lake. So let's go down here and check it out. So this is in the middle of the wilderness. You won't see houses or anything like that on these kind of lakes out here. And all that separates Dry Lake from Little Dry Lake is a little piece of land, just a tiny little sliver of land. Otherwise, it'd be one big lake. Now we're going to go around this lake and then back into the parking lot, back to the trailhead. But we're probably going to see another lake that's just over there. It's actually three lakes. It goes Little Dry Lake, and I believe that one's called Bass Lake. But we're not going to, the trail, I'm sure there's a way to get around that lake too, but the one that I'm doing, this All Trails hike, only takes me around the two lakes, which is perfect because that's what I got time for. Hiking has not been the most fun in recent couple of weeks because we've got the Canadian wildfires going on, and it's been bringing down all that smoke and stuff. And I don't know much about the numbers, what they really mean when you're talking about air quality, but we've been like 160, 170. I think when I last looked today, it was 140. So even today, it's not good. And it's supposed to start getting better next week, but it's been weeks of not seeing the sun, being really hazy. It's almost like clouds, like overcast, like you're going to get a storm, but it's actually smoke up there, and you can smell it in the air too. And it's all coming from Canada. Not exactly sure where they're having their fires, but it's been like that a good chunk of our summer. I'm on the back half of Dry Lake now, and as you can see, the trail's kind of smoothed out. It's given me a little bit of break from playing hopscotch. I've only ran across one group of people since I've been back here, even though we saw all those cars in the parking lot. That's kind of typical. Whenever I go to a trailhead and there's cars, I normally don't see anybody. And it's like, where are they? Where'd they go? I think we're on the same trail, but that's just how it is. I would assume I'd see somebody else before I got back to the car, but we'll see. So far, it hasn't been buggy at all. I mean, an occasional mosquito, but not like I'm being constantly swarmed. And that has been really great. I bring DEET, but if I don't have to use it, I'd rather not. I don't like putting that stuff on me. It's not good for you. Plus, it gets all over everything. Some people hate the smell. I don't mind the smell too much. It's just that it's not good for you, and it's messy. But it does work. I was listening to a program on the radio the other day, and they were talking about some other stuff that's kind of new to the market to use instead of DEET. And it wasn't a commercial or anything. They were just, legitimately talking about the differences and stuff. And they were saying that tests show that it's just as good as DEET, but it doesn't stain your clothes. It's not as messy. It's not bad for you. But now I can't remember the name of what it was, because I'd like to pick up some and just see what I think. I don't know if you can see through the trees there, but that's still Dry Lake there. Like I say, we're on the back half of it. I would assume it's a trout lake, but I have to look that up. Most of the lakes up here have trout in them. There's walleye up here though too. I just don't know how deep these lakes are. Some lakes are so shallow that they, with our hard winters, they freeze straight through and kill everything. These look big enough to where they probably don't do that. Some really small lakes are deceiving, and they're super, super deep and have lots of fish up here, but I don't know what's going on with these two. I'll have to look that up. All right, so we're going to go right here, but like I was thinking, there's Bass Lake Trail, so if I was to head that way, because we're right here, I could go, or are we here? We're here. I think we're at 4. Yeah, we're at 4. So we're right here. I'm not going to do this today, but we could have did that and come back. I'm going to go this way and then down. So I've done this. And that's just because I'm short on time. now that I've been here and done this little over 3-mile hike, I would totally do the other hike. I just know what I need to be a little more prepared. I need more water. I brought one Nalgene bottle, and it's been kind of hot and I'm sweating. I went through half of that already. Okay, I'm thinking I go straight. But let's see here. Yeah, that's just a little trail down to the lake, I guess. It's not even on the map, so that's what that is. So I don't think we're going to be able to see Bass Lake unless it's up ahead. We're actually standing on the land that separates Bass Lake from Dry Lake. So maybe up ahead we can see it on our left. All right, we're going to be able to see. Oh, we're going to be able to see Bass Lake here, guys. So let's check it out. It's right here on my left. Got a little river coming through. That's cool. Do you guys want me to shut this off? I have a YouTube channel. If it bothers you. So I'm at the tail end of this hike. I met a couple back there. It was a guy from Texas and his wife. Couple from Texas, I should say. And they were very, very nice. They were probably a little bit older than me. Probably not by much, but a little bit. And the guy, he was on blood pressure medication. And for some reason, when he got up here, the medication started working too good and his blood pressure went way down. When I say got up here, I don't mean on the trail. I just mean in the Ely area. And it ended up making him black out. And also, when your heart isn't able to get oxygen throughout your body because your blood pressure is too low, you have issues with your legs and your extremities in general. They don't get enough oxygen. So he's starting to feel a little bit better. And he hiked out to the falls there, if you want to call them falls. Not much of falls, but some running water. And I thought that was pretty amazing that he's able to do that after going through what he just went through. You black out and a few days later you're on a pretty tough hike. I'd call this, it's considered moderate, and I'd say that's accurate. And for him to be out here, that is killer. Now granted, he was sitting on the bench catching his breath, but that's pretty amazing still. So kudos for him, and having his wife there to help him along too. So pretty awesome. This is what I'm looking at now, guys. This is what the last part of the trail looks like. I'm out of water, so that's kind of not so good. I'll stop and get some on the way home. I'm almost done, so I'll be all right, but I didn't plan very well. All right, I'll see you guys back at the car, huh? All right, guys, we did it. I would say it was listed as a moderate hike on all trails, and I would say it was definitely moderate because of all of our bad weather we've had with smoke in the air, and it's just been a little hard to breathe and stuff. I haven't been hiking as much, so this hike here would have normally been a little easier for me. But since I haven't been able to get out as much as I normally do, I kind of struggled through it, but it was still worth it. It was still fun. I'm glad I did it. It was awesome. And it makes me want to come back out here and bring my wife because I know she'll love it too. But anyway, I got it done. Now I get to hop into the new rig, which I'm still trying to figure out. My Toyota Tacoma. And head back to Duluth. I got 3 more weeks in Duluth before I'm in the new house. So that's where I'm heading. So anyway, guys, if I don't make a video till next weekend or so, everybody have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, all.